Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Wendy Walsh. It is Wednesday. It is 6 o'clock. And you're thinking, why is she here? Well, if you were here last week, you're thinking, why is she here? Because you know what I'm about to say. But if you're new to this live stream, you want to stick around because I've got a big announcement. A really big announcement. The first thing I love people to do is to please simply just say hello, give me a wave, and let me know where you're watching from. Because it's always fun to see people. I know. I know. I already saw he was upset. Hello. Hi, Instagram. How are you over there? Let me get some comments going here on the other social media chains. Here we go. Joey's here. Yeah. Yes, it is really my final week. Linda, the stir fry worked out great. I had something else I put in with it, though. Some other protein. This is my Good Fats bar. They do not pay me to say this, but I just like these bars. Love Good Fats. They're called a bunch of nuts and good fats. Hey, where are you watching from? Let me know. I like to see wherever it's. I know Linda's in Pasadena. Where else is everybody else? I'm coming over to Patreon in a few minutes. I'm just starting here for a couple minutes. I'm waiting till everybody comes on board. Then I'm going to do the announcement again in case people missed it last week. Where did I go with my prop? Okay, everybody. So as you know, I want to say this and not get too emotional because it is kind of... So a year and a half ago, when the pandemic began and we were all sent immediately into quarantine, I started to do these live streams. It was the first time in my life I'd ever done something like that. And I'm telling you, having come from the world of real broadcasts, as I call it, traditional, highly produced broadcast, I was so freaked out about the technology. And honestly, I had a couple tantrums afterwards because I couldn't get the broadcast going. And Joey or somebody would send me a notice saying, you're not live, or I see you on YouTube, but I don't see you on Facebook. And Sharms is always here. Linda's always here. Buzzy, you're often here. Tyne, you're often here. So every Wednesday, for the most part, except when I've been vacationing or really sick or something. Although we haven't been sick for the last year and a half, have we? I knock on wood, I haven't gotten COVID yet. I've been here with you, and you guys have done me such a good service because you taught me to not care so much if the technology is perfect. You taught me that your intimate lives, your relationships matter. They're so important. Now, I always knew that, but it's one thing to do radio. It's one thing to write blogs. It's one thing to put videos out there on social media. But to have real live people at the other end sharing their dramas, their problems, their questions as they, go through the tunnel of love, sometimes without a flashlight. I want you to know it's really been my honor to be your flashlight. So here's what we built, you guys, so that you should know. Across all my social media, so here on StreamYard, I'm looking at the StreamYard camera. That means you're watching me on this camera on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, one of 2 Facebook pages, or YouTube, maybe even Twitch. Thank you for being here. If I'm looking down right now, it's because you're on Instagram. Hi, Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. So as you know, these videos get posted the next day and often stay up for 24 hours. We started with a couple hundred people. I was just thrilled that 200 people watched these darn things. And now it's more like 3,000 to 5,000 every week watching these videos. And so I'm making the big leap and I'm terrified. And thank you to Linda and a few others who have already supported me with your wallets in a small way or a big way. I've moved my brand over to Patreon. And today, September 1st, is the first day where I will do my private Zoom room. I'm going to play around with the technology because right now, Patreon lets you do a Zoom link, which I think will be fun because, I've been teaching online with Zoom, so I can figure out how to, if you want to have your cameras on, great. If you want to talk, great. If you don't want to be shy and just be a watcher, fine. Doesn't matter. I know half of my students have been just lying in bed watching their Zoom classes. But I want I'll play around with the tech. So we'll start with a Zoom link. And if you go on to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Welch right now and sign up at 6:30, which is in about 25 minutes, we're going to do our first Zoom room live on Patreon. But they also do like YouTube streaming with a private link. You have it on private and then you put it on the Patreon. Just bear with me, all you fabulous early adopters, because I am figuring out the tech. So if you come over to Patreon, what do you get? There are 3 tiers at this point: $4 a month, $8 a month, and $19 a month. Yes, the prices will be going up, but not if you're an early adopter. You get in at your tier for life. For $4 a month, you get access to my books, The Boyfriend Test and The Girlfriend Test. You get a new article posted every single day, and you get access to my live streams. And in addition, every single week, we're going to do a drawing for a private one-on-one phone session. And already one of my Patreons, I have done the phone session. It was so great to get to know her. She lives in the Midwest and had some great relationship questions. And it was just fabulous to spend some time on the phone. So every single week, I'll do a drawing for somebody. I'm going to have nothing to do with that, by the way. December Brown, my social media person, will be doing that. So no favoritism. If you pay $8 a month instead of $4 a month, I'm very excited to tell you that Mating Matters is going back into production. So if you've been listening to my podcast, Mating Matters, we will have new episodes coming up that I've been working on. For now, if you missed any of the old episodes, they will be up there on Patreon. So you get everything that I've just mentioned: the books, the daily articles, the access to the live stream, the drawing for the special one-on-one, and you get the podcast Mating Matters. But if you want to go a little deeper, and I always get approached by like dating coaches and matchmakers or people designing dating apps, and they want to know more about the science of love, and they're geeky like me. And so, I have all these slides because I teach university, and I thought I'll just put up my slides and my readings, and I'll do special Zoom classes for that group. So we're going to try to get together once a month for just the geeky ones to really talk about the science of love, and we'll use a little more psychobabble there. And if you were here last week, hello from Melbourne. How are you, Michaela? Thank you, Michael. I was so nervous about this. If you're here last week and you've seen my video on TikTok and maybe everywhere called the Love Bomb, you remember that this Cartier Pasha watch was a love bomb that was given to me many years ago. It's been sitting in a box for decades. I'll get it all refurbished and make sure it's working lovely. It does seem to be ticking right now. That second hand's moving. And I'm going to do a drawing and give this away because it's got bad juju, it's time. When I hit 1,000 subscribers on Patreon. So as soon as we hit 1,000, you're going to hear from me because we're going to do a drawing and somebody's going to win this watch, which is apparently cost about $5,000. So it's going to go to somebody. And so what I want to say here, I want to say I'm so grateful that you guys stuck it out with me through all my technological glitches. I thank you for all your questions and for sharing the intimate parts of your lives with me, because it helped me, keep an ear to the ground to understand what people are going through in the real world, get me out of the textbooks and onto the street and understanding what you're experiencing. So thanks, Elizabeth. You're coming over to the Zoom. Wonderful. So I thank you for this. And from time to time, you never know, I might pop up and do a quick live stream across all my social. But this is kind of goodbye. And I really hope and wish that many of you will come over to Patreon. It's so nerve-wracking. It's like I'm a politician asking for votes or something. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's the Catholic in me or the Canadian in me, but I have so much trouble asking people to pay because I just want to give, especially all this knowledge and I'm going to still be doing it to some degree on social media, of course, but the longer videos, the special information, the access to me personally, that's going to go all on Patreon. So thank you so much for being with me. Some of you have been here for 1.5 years, and I do hear from you. Hi, Roller Girl. I know it's sad. I do hear from you when I miss a Wednesday too. Where did you go? What happened? It's usually I was away somewhere or something. Sometimes I'm just like exhausted on a Wednesday and I can't deal with it. Today I'm drinking mint tea, by the way. I'm not doing my tequila or my wine. I got to be alert. I have a new business. I like to think of it this way. You have now graduated to becoming my employer. And I want to do a really good job for you. And I want to make sure that you get attended to and you get the access to me and the advice that you deserve. So thank you. If you come over to Patreon, please know that I will respect you and your wallet, your hard-earned money, and you are now my new employer. So thanks for being here. I'm going to say goodbye so you have time to sign up for Patreon. And at 6:30, we're going to launch a very private Zoom room. It'll be exciting, just like a class. I'll get to see your beautiful faces. It'll be wonderful. So go on to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. Sign up for any tier. The lowest one is just $4 a month. I even offered a 15% discount if you buy the whole year. Come on. I think that works out to $40 or something for the whole year. And that way, oh, Charms, thank you for that. Anyway, I love you all. Come on over to Patreon. It's going to be a blast. See you there soon. Bye.